We are suddenly transported into Gary Stu's imagination for a gratuitous shower fan service scene. Yukari realizes she is in a gratuitous shower fan service scene and stops the camera. What just happened? I know we beat the Hierophant boss. We checked around the room. We couldn't find anything suspicious. There was a gratuitous shower scene. What was happening? Yeah, we were doing something important, but what was it? A little voice inside Gary Stu's head that's telling him to go for the waifu. Will he accept it? Who cares? That is definitely a weird, suspicious voice, but Gary Stu is always after waifus. In a way, this is kind of true. There is a point to this, don't worry. So, this conversation keeps looping until you choose the right options. As much as Gary Stu would want to give in to his desire at this point, now is not the time. Gary Stu's thoughts are back in his own control. But those claims be his own thoughts there for a moment.
What was I?
Gary Stu suddenly goes back on not wanting to succumb to temptation. And gets slapped for his trouble.
Oh, I can finally reach you.
Seems like something manipulated Yukari into creating a gratuitous shower fan service scene.
Can you two hear me?
Yeah, we read you loud and clear, Fuka.
I'm sorry I couldn't contact you sooner. The shadow was interfering with your thoughts.
That was kind of obvious at this point.
And you all got separated.
That's not good. Being separated in the dark hours is a very bad thing.
The enemy is still in the same room. Please regroup and hurry there.
Okay then.
Did you hear that, Yukari?
Sorry. Yeah, I heard you.
Yeah, Yukari had a slight problem that she probably doesn't want to mention.
Did something happen?
No, nothing.
No, absolutely nothing happened. Nothing at all. Ignore the issue. Never speak of it again.
Come on, let's go. If you tell anyone, I won't ever speak to you again.
In the interest of starting her social links later, Gary Stu decides to not tell anyone. And so with that, we're back in full control. Well, there were 2 last time, so yeah. 2 this time isn't that much of a stretch. But this one seems to be a lot stronger than the other one. This is our real enemy, this mission. It's still there, but it's locked the doors, and we're going to need to find some way to break that seal if we want to get at it. Join the others probably the best thing at this point, and conveniently, Gary, Stu, and Yukari just happen to be in the same room, not in the same room, just happen to be in the only room on the first floor. So let's get going to the upper floor and reunite with our teammates, because obviously fighting with only 2 party members, not a good idea. This is another reason why I brought Mitsuru to this, because Mitsuru and Akihiko, I believe, have a unique reaction to this. Yeah, they were in the only room on the first floor, which is kind of convenient. Yeah. Some stuff totally didn't happen. Yeah. How are you two, by the way? Oh, right. I see, yeah. That thing totally didn't try and ship you. And I mean, I completely shipped those two, but yeah, that thing, I do not want to see that thing's disturbing shipping fanfictions. Okay, yeah, considering it was a mirror that started this mess, that makes sense. Huh. How many years of bad luck are we going to end up with after this is done? Anyway, as you can see by the map, we actually have some shadows here. I'm going to go ahead and fight one just to show off what they are. But really, there's not much point. I wanted to also show the unique background here, which is pretty cool.
There are 2 enemies.
But we've got
It has multiple weaknesses.
sky balances. A little weak for this point in the game. Weak to fire and ice. What have I got here? I've got a high pixie.
2 enemies left.
Well, they're not going to be left for much longer.
The enemy's off balance. Attack!
The enemy's down. Let's finish them. You'll fall by my hand.
Let's see how much ridiculous damage this does. You know what? I should probably show just how much Getsue does to these things. It's pretty insane. We get shovel time as well, and oh boy, Amore Kane, seriously? That's a level 7 persona. So yeah. Not much experience. The fights here are really not worth it, so just don't do it. I'm just going to fight this next one just to show how much Getsue does, but apart from that, because the sheer amount of damage Getsue on a full moon does to a non-boss is...
There's 1 enemy.
Well, this is perfect, there's only one of them. The sheer amount of damage it does to a non-boss on a full moon. You'll see. I'm so sorry, Cupid. Oh, that wasn't as much as I expected, but that's still quite a bit.
An easy win.
I've seen it do over 300 against these enemies. Oh well, getting a little bit of extra money is fine, but yeah, the experience is just pathetic. Seriously, don't... Yeah, that's room 205. I'm actually not going to go in there just yet. Don't fight the enemies here, it's just not worth your time at all. But anyway, inside these rooms, we have... You can examine things like normal. It's a transmogrified guest, huh? Only seems to be one in this room. So, look at this mirror here. Remember a certain something about it. Now, I'm going to show what happens if you break the wrong mirror. Smash it! That clearly wasn't the right idea! So, no more shower scenes or anything like that. We just go back to the beginning. Randomly breaking mirrors is not the right approach. We have to choose wisely. Choosing wisely, Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that more later. But just remember that. Choices. Choices are important in this scenario. I just realized this thing probably tried to ship Akihiko and Mitsuru again. Well, let's forget about that and let's move on. And suddenly, she turns into a high cut armor. Can't believe I didn't point that out the first time. Anyway, something kind of creepy that I want to mention though. Okay, room 202, that's not the room that I'm looking for actually. 201 is also not the room I'm looking for. Something kind of creepy that I want to mention. So, Yukari had a shower. What does water turn into during the dark hour? Yeah, best you don't think about that for too long. Another coffin and another coffin. Notice anything in particular about this mirror that's different to the others? That's similar to the mirror that was in the room? The boss room? Let's smash this one. Yep, that was definitely shadowy, I guess. So there are 2 mirrors. You need to find one on both floors. I gotta admit, how they look when you break them is actually pretty awesome. But anyway, the seal is weakened. Now, we must move on to the next floor, and that's the down staircase. So not there. And really, yeah, these shadows couldn't care less about them. No threat at all, just move on. Nothing to see here. This time, though, I don't remember the exact room the right mirror's in, so I'm just gonna have to check them all. But some of these rooms have interesting arrangements of... Wow, there's no one in this room at all. Okay, this mirror is wrong. Now, on my first playthrough, I actually had no idea what to determine which was the right mirror. I feel like an idiot now, because looking at it, it's actually pretty obvious. Let's check this room. Transmogrified guest, TV. Another transmogrified guest. This person looks like they're about to leave. Okay, that mirror is also wrong. This is also not the room we're looking for. And I keep thinking the lyrics here, I mean, as much as they are, I keep thinking it's saying love is a heart repeatedly, which, well, actually, we'll see. Oh, here we go. This is the room that I wanted to show. Yeah, let's just leave this up to your imagination. But this mirror is the wrong one. Okay, we checked those rooms. Now let's go for this one. I was about to say, well, the 4th time you're lucky, and I just realized this is Japan. 4 is never lucky. 4 is the exact opposite. These 2 people were either sitting down and having tea together, or, yeah. Okay, yeah, this one. I'll just spell it out now. The mirrors that are the ones that are controlling the seal, there's no reflection in the mirrors. They basically act like Gary Stu is a vampire. Number 2 down. The seal is broken. We can now fight the boss shadow. The second one for tonight. And this room happens to be pretty close to the boss room, so that works out in a lot of ways. Now, the room is still called the Hierophant's Chamber, but it is not the Hierophant we'll be fighting next. There's a shadow right there, but I don't care about it at all. Preparations time. Before going in, now I'm going to equip the charm-resistant weapon that I made. Mother Epee. It also has the added benefit of having increased attack power, but yeah. Gonna equip the Charm Resist. Now, Yukari actually doesn't need the Dodger Lek shoes at this point as well. So, let's see what I can give her. Evade Slash, Reduce Stumble. I'll just go for the better evasion in general. Spell Ring is fine. Now, Pierce and Fire Resistance is going to be kind of helpful to... It's kind of funny that Yukari's acting like that after what just happened. But anyway, Pierce and Fire Resistance is good going into this fight. However, its main form of damage is Almighty Element, so there's no real resisting it. I'm going to go in with Rakshasa to activate that Auto Tarukaja. But, let's do this. Pretty sure we're ready. Let's go. Tanabata Fight Night, Round 2. Here comes a new challenger. And I think it should be pretty obvious what this is. Because of you, I had a gratuitous shower scene. You will pay. It's time to fight, obviously, the reversed lovers. Now, many people who... I mean, a lot of the wikis say that the reverse lovers represents Just
It's
look
the
at-
source
Yep.
of the mind manipulation.
Yes, it is. That the reverse lovers represents forced romance and insubstantial connections, as symbolized by that sort of jelly substance that's leaking out of it, and the fact that inside it's hollow.
Give me a sec. I'll scan the target.
I actually have a different idea, though, for symbolism to talk about with this thing. Because the Lover's Arcana is actually all about choices. Why is this important? Well, this dungeon... Okay, Ares is here, that's good. Throughout this scenario, we've been dealing with choice quite a lot. We had to choose wisely to get the right mirrors. And also, the Lover's Shadow was trying to take away our ability to choose by forcing us to give in to our desire and essentially literally brainwashing us. This is going to continue into the fight itself too, because this boss, as if you couldn't realize, likes to use charm, thereby, again, brainwashing your party members, so taking away their ability to choose. The Lover's Arcana also symbolizes the choice between the right choice and the easy choice. Reverse though, lovers can represent making choices just out of instant gratification and not thinking about the wider consequences. That emphasizes how it was trying to make everyone give in to their desires earlier. So anyway, I want to debuff this thing's defense.
Careful, the enemy's strong against light.
And I should have put Akihiko on debuffing. I'll do that next turn. But anyway, because the faster this fight is over, the better. This thing likes to use charm. The longer this fight goes on, the more I'll be pushing my luck with charm. That's why I equipped the charm resist, because the main danger here, as long as Gary Stu is not charmed, I'm fine. I can just use Amrita Water or Discharm to cure charm. And you want to cure charm quickly, because you don't only have to worry about your brainwash party members, but this boss's main attack, Heartbreaker, does double damage to charmed characters.
Let's go.
So debuffing's defense, because the sooner this fight is over, the better. I don't want to push my luck with charm. And it's only using the strike attacks, okay then. Okay, tactics time. Akihiko, you're going on heal/support, because I just wanted debuffing. Yukari, I'm going to want to put heal/support on with you too. Heartbreaker is actually semi-dangerous even to people who aren't charmed. You want to keep healing in this fight. Speaking of things that are good in this fight, again, I'm just going to show off Getsue. I do feel kind of cheap doing this, but this damage is amazing. Also, by the way, with Tarukaja in effect as well. Keeping topped up on health is also pretty decent.
I summon thee!
So you're still going for Bufala. Now, Mitsuru is a bit of a problem in this fight because the Lovers are kind of... The reverse Lovers can also use fire attacks, which hit her weakness. And there it is, Marin freaking Karen. And he was going for the exact wrong person. Yeah, you don't want him to get charmed of all people. Now, the thing is, you might be asking, hey, charm's not that bad because, you know, Yukari can cure it, right? Well, in my practice attempt, she was an idiot and refused to cure charm no matter what I did, so that was really frustrating. Now, I may want to equip a persona that is not strong to fire. I don't think it uses light, so I think I'm safe here. I don't think I need to go for Rebellion. I think it's too risky. I'm not going to go for it. Oh, you're strong against fire too. And you have Recalm and Tarukaja. So, actually I'm going to go... Okay, so I could just spam Getsue all day, but... I mean, all night, really. But... For now, I'm just going to... I feel like that's a bit cheap, so I'm just going to try and see if I can get them to show off more things it can do. But, since Mitsuru's doing a lot of damage, let's buff her up. This thing doesn't have Dikaja, so unlike the previous boss, so using buffs is a bit more of an effective strategy.
I summon thee!
That wasn't great. Okay, it is taking quite a bit of damage. I hope this doesn't go too pathetically, because I do want to at least show... Ah, there's Marin Karen again. Okay, someone's charmed.
The enemy can use charm attacks. Please keep an eye on each other.
Playing into the whole motif about it trying to take away your choices.
Yukari-chan is still charmed.
So, do I want to show this or not? You know, I think it's going to do the same thing regardless. So, I'm going to go ahead and diss that charm right now. In major emergencies, Unreader Water can be good for this. Speaking of emergencies, attack mirrors might not be bad for the Hierophant if too many people are suffering from fear and you can't cure it. For this, though, this thing uses a combination of magic and physical attacks as well, and magic mirrors will not protect you from Heartbreaker because, like I said, it's almighty. Let's see if it actually does Heartbreaker. Oh, we can actually kill it now.
Seems to be getting weaker.
I've been waiting for this.
I want to at least show it using Heartbreaker. Sorry. Actually, wait, it's lost its turn anyway. Okay, its defense is back.
The enemies return to normal.
So, like, I've pretty much got this at this point, but... I kind of want to at least show it using Heartbreaker. Because I did get to see that on my practice run, at least. Wow. You really do not like this Lover's Arcana.
Here's our chance for an all-out attack.
You know what, Yukari? Kill it. You've earned this. Goodbye. No Heartbreaker for you today. Tonight. Whatever. Goodbye. Round 2. Win. And yeah, even more massive experience. Junpei is really missing out. 2 level ups, and pretty close to a 3rd, actually. No level ups for actual personas. And with that, it's over. So yeah, and we actually see the outside of it.
I'm glad you're all safe.
May want to remember this outside, because we might be seeing it again. Not in this game, but maybe in another game.
Thanks for your help. The enemy was sly, but you did well.
It's all over.
I did what I could.
And you too, for withstanding the enemy's mental assault.
Oh yeah, because Garyasu totally wasn't this close to actually giving in. Yukari's like, should we tell him? No. Yeah, let's just keep quiet. Let's call it a night.
Oh, Yukari! About that thing you mentioned the other day?
Oh yeah. I think maybe you've turned up some info.
You found out something? Cool. Tell me later.
Yeah, now we should probably just get some rest.
All right. We should head back too. Come on, Junpei. What are you doing?
So, you're the hero again, huh?
Well, yeah, Gary Stu is pretty much always the hero. In that case, I will say it was just luck, because it kind of was. I never got to see either of their signature moves there, which are both actually pretty dangerous, so I made those fights look easy. They can be pretty bad if they go the wrong way.
Yeah, right. You know it's not.
Kind of was in that case, though.
Hey, why do you have to be like that? Don't tell me you're jealous.
Shut up!
Oh, now he's got problems.
What's up his butt?
Seems like everyone has their issues. Huh. It's been a while since this happened. But yeah, we get another level up for our plot-based Full Arcana. Seas, the bonds of seas have grown deeper. Now let's get out of here before people get suspicious of Gary Stu being seen outside a place like that. Don't really want Chihiro to find out. But with the trust growing, we've learned how to use Full Assault, something that probably should have been available to us from the beginning, but oh well.
Faster than I expected.
And now, the return of evil shirtless revolver hippie.
That was quite a show. They've been rather busy these last few months, including their frequent forays into the tower. Their fighting style is positively fascinating. And it seems they've gained new recruits, too. Well, Jin? Are they our enemy?
Why don't we ask our buddy? We'll be seeing him soon.
Yes, that's an excellent idea. Considering that he shares our fate, it would be prudent to seek his opinion. We don't have much time left.